Yo, what's up YouTube? It's your boy Only Theo and I'm coming at you one more time with another video. In this video we're going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to compare the two heavyweights in the aftermarket sale game of sneakers and shoes and collectible streetwear. They do a lot of different things. StockX and GOAT. Which one's better? Which one is your best option? Let's get into it. In today's video, I'm going to break down what the pros and the cons of each different service. And then at the end, I'm going to give my opinion on which one I believe is better. So I'm going to give a few pros for StockX, a few pros for GOAT, a few cons for StockX, a few cons for GOAT. And then at the end, I'm going to say, I think GOAT is better or StockX is better, or maybe a combination of the two. Who knows? But let's start out with some pros of StockX. Now, this first pro for StockX is more for a seller standpoint, and it's that you can sell immediately on StockX. So let's say you sat in line for some shoes. You've been sitting in line for these shoes for hours and hours. You got them in your hand. You look on your StockX app, and they're selling at a good price. You really want to sell these shoes. While you're standing in line with the shoes in your hand, you can sell those shoes on StockX immediately and take them straight to the UPS store before you even got them to your house. So that's what I think is a pro on StockX, because with the sneaker game now, it's a fluid situation. Prices are constantly changing, so you just being able to that fast sell a pair of shoes is real good, and I like that as a pro for StockX. Another pro for StockX is you can see all the sales data when you are going to buy some shoes. So let's say some shoes came out, you didn't get them, you didn't get them on sneakers, and you missed it on all the foot sites, and you're like, man, I really want these pairs of shoes. So you go on StockX and you can see what those shoes have been selling for. So like, let's say they started out, you checked it yesterday and they were selling for like $400. That was a little steep for you, so you was like, I'm gonna wait a little while. You checked it a week later, and then down to like $330. And then you go, you can see every single sale from the history of the shoe. You can see every single sale, so you can see, oh, it's going in a downward trend. And you can make a decision and say, well, I'm gonna just wait for a little while and see if it keeps going down. Or you can say, this is what I'm talking about, I want it right now. And you can buy, and you can make a better decision because you can see that, hey, the prices is going down, the prices is going up, and you can make a better decision in buying those sneakers at the price that you feel comfortable with. And the last pro for StockX is another seller pro, is that when you sell your shoes, the money goes straight to your PayPal. It doesn't go to an account, it doesn't go somewhere else. So you sell your shoes, and then they check them, they authenticate them, they're genuine, the money goes in your PayPal, done. You get your money, customer gets their product, everybody's happy. So that's a big pro for me with StockX, and that's something that I really like about StockX. Now, let's get into some pros of GOAT. First pro of GOAT is you can see the shoes. You can see the shoes that you plan to buy. So when you go, let's say you're looking at some shoes, you can click on the shoe and you can see pictures of the actual shoe that people are selling. So you can see the condition, you can see how they're being stored kind of, and you can say, okay, well, I feel comfortable buying these, and you can get them on GOAT. Price is gonna be a little bit more on GOAT, but you can get and you can feel comfortable because you've seen what you're going to buy, and it's not going to be a surprise when you know got rips on your box, or the condition of the boxes and what you wanted. You saw the picture, so you know what you was getting. And another pro for GOAT is, let's say you were going to buy some shoes and you missed out. You missed out on the good shoe, and you can't afford the resale price. They do sell used shoes on GOAT, so you can buy slightly used and get a little cheaper price. So you can buy the used shoe on GOAT and still get the shoe that you wanted. It's just been worn a couple times. So that's another pro for GOAT. You don't have to buy brand new shoes. You can buy used shoes also. And the last pro for GOAT is more of a seller standpoint, is their prices are usually higher. So you're usually going to get a higher price when you sell on GOAT, and you're going to get a little bit more money. But I tell you why it's usually a higher price in a second. But they usually sell a little bit higher on GOAT, so you will make a little bit more money selling on GOAT than StockX, typically. But sometimes it's the other way around, but typically GOAT gets better prices. Now let's get into some cons. Here's some cons of StockX. Their customer service is awful. StockX customer service it's like a big disconnect. You're going to get generic answers most of the time. If you do have an issue, they're going to give you some generic answer about the issue that really doesn't answer the question that you may have. So if they could just get that customer service just up a little bit to help people out sometimes. But yeah, their customer service isn't the best, but you gotta deal with what you got. And another con of StockX is you can only sell dead stock shoes. You can only sell brand new shoes, unworn, unlaced, brand new dead stock shoes. But they don't have to be unlaced, but most of the time, they're unlaced. But dead stock, meaning they haven't been worn. Maybe, you've tried them on, but that's about it. They have to be brand new, pristine condition to sell on StockX. So you can't sell, used shoes on StockX, and you can't sell kind of new shoes on StockX. They have to be perfect, pristine, brand new. So that's another con for StockX. Now let's get into some cons for GOAT. And my first con for GOAT is from a seller standpoint. Again, when you sell on GOAT, I was just mentioning that you get higher resale prices when you sell on GOAT. But when you sell on GOAT, the money, after it's been authenticated, the money goes into an account on GOAT. And then you have to, pay another percentage of what you sold it for to get it to your bank account. So it goes from you sell your shoes, it goes to a GOAT account, where you get a balance on your GOAT account. And if you want to get that money, you have to pay another percentage for it to go into your bank account. So that's another, thing that I don't really like about GOAT, but gotta deal with what you got. And another thing that's a con for GOAT is you have to be accepted to sell on GOAT. So you have to apply, and you might not even get accepted to sell on GOAT. So if I've heard people put in applications to sell on GOAT, and still haven't heard years later that if they can or can't sell on GOAT. I got approved rather quickly, luckily, but you still have to get approved to sell on GOAT. So that's kind of a con for me, because I believe if you got something you want to sell, you should be able to sell it, but you got to get approved through GOAT. So that's just another step that you have to go through to sell on GOAT. And the last thing is another selling standpoint, I know, but you have to take pictures. It's not immediate. You You can't see a price that you like and immediately sell the shoes. You have to take pictures of the shoes, list the shoes, to sell the shoes, and get that price. And by the time you do all that, you might have missed out on that price that you wanted. So that's another con for me, is that you have to take those pictures. But it's a pro from a buyer standpoint because you got pictures of the shoes. So, it's a little yin and yang, give and take type thing, but that's another con in my opinion. Might not be a con in everybody's opinion. Now, let's get to the end. Let's get to the meat and potatoes. Let's get to which one I think is better. I think they're both great. And I don't think one is better than the other. One is more, profound or different from the other. I think when it comes to when it comes to selling, I would go with StockX because I feel it's a smoother process when selling shoes on StockX. So I would go with StockX when I'm selling my shoes because it's quicker and your money goes straight to your PayPal. There is no another hurdle to get to your money. And if I was buying, it's a better buying experience on Go. So I would go with Go when it comes to buying shoes. So, I would buy on Go. I would sell on StockX, but that's just me. And I'm not even gonna list the con as, with this whole pandemic, they're moving slow and everything's taking forever because it's a pandemic and everything is moving slow, and it's a lot of stuff that people are working around. So it's just something that you have to understand. It's a crazy world out here. So just work with it, understand it. I know it's frustrating. I know you're tired of hearing sorry for the inconvenience, but it's a pandemic and it affects every single industry in this country. So I'm just working with them on that. I'm really not too tough worried that I gotta wait a few more days to get some shoes. As long as they get here, I'm cool. But that's my comparison between StockX and Go. How do you feel about StockX and Go? I know there's a lot of other places where you can sell shoes, but those are the two big names that people usually typically go to. So how do you feel about them? Let me know in the comments. Let me know down below how you feel about StockX and Go. And if you like this video, go and hit that thumbs up. Like the video. And if you like the content that we're coming out with about shoes, and you can check out the whole season of what I like in a playlist that we've made on our channel, go ahead and subscribe. And if you want to know every single time a new video comes out, hit that notification bell too. I'm your boy Only Theo, man.